Luke, a character who I think for most people is good enough. From what I could tell, most people find him entertaining and likable. I never see him in the discussion for best Yu-Gi-Oh characters ever. I don't even really see him in the discussion for best Yu-Gi-Oh Sevens characters, if we're being quite honest. Because, he's not the rival, he's not the protagonist, he's not the girl who the internet does many bad things to. He's the best friend, and the best friend role in this show has always kind of been varied and a little all over the place, but I've always felt that Luke has been received fairly positively. This kind of loud, in your face, obnoxious, parody of a kid shonen main character. But because the show's character writing is so good, and because his chemistry with everyone is so on point, I think it does a good job of coming off as more positively endearing rather than annoying and obnoxious. So yeah, going into this episode, when you realize it's very Luke focused and it seems to be a more serious toned one, you wonder what's gonna happen, and holy shit, they delivered. This is really fucking good. I liked this a lot. This is easily the best Luke episode. Oh god, the way the character was used, the way the actor rung to the occasion, so fucking good. And let's just get right on into it. So first up, we start this episode with Roman at a photo shoot, because, as it turns out, now that she no longer has to deal with Yuga and crew, her life's gone fucking great. She got picked up by her fucking idol, Princess G, who takes her under her wing and is just basically about to give her a whole fucking music contract and career. And everything's gonna just go perfect from now on for her. Until she's 20, and the stress and the fame and the drugs takes her life in a Vegas hotel. But that's not important right now, damn it. What matters is everything is going good for Roman. And then when we cut to everyone else, that kind of creates a bit of an issue. Because where everyone left off with last week was just that, alright, she's going to try and strike it out in her music, but we should probably get her back. But now they find out she's about to have the best life ever. Again, till that Vegas thing. So that kind of creates an issue. And I was a little worried we were going to retread ground. Again, is it okay to bring Roman's memories back if things are about to go so damn right? And they know that if they bring her memories back and she just rejoins up with them, she's just going to get thrown back into this insanity again. So yeah, I was a little worried we'd kind of retread that ground, but they immediately changed the perspective on the situation. Immediately, Luke is just a totally different character than normal. Now he's vulnerable. He's angry, but he's also scared and confused and not sure what to think. And all that is just conveyed perfectly by just the guy who's always up in everyone's face, kind of cowering in the corner, afraid, not sure what to do. And the way his actor plays it, he's always had to play Luke as just loud and goofy, but not today. He's still loud, but it's a very different kind of version. It would be so easy to screw it up and have him just seem whiny for the whole episode. But no, you genuinely feel the vulnerability and confusion in his voice and the pain as he just doesn't know what the right thing to do is. And the way he explodes at everybody is kind of no, we have to get her back. It's not real. It's fake. This isn't Roman. We need her back. And I just like everyone's reaction. They don't just sort of take the other side immediately. They're all feeling that. They all recognize that. They all get where he's coming from. But they're kind of well, there's more to consider here, and it's more complicated. Even stuff that is sort of meant to be silly, like him being what was it, a glazed cucumber or something, or soy sauce pudding. It doesn't, it's funny, but it doesn't really come off as comedic. It comes off as he's never felt this way before. He's never been confused like this. He's never been scared or unsure of how to handle a situation. So it just comes out as just pure confusion from him. It's such a great just scene. I know you'll be going oh, why is he talking about the goofy Yu-Gi-Oh this seriously? really watch it and pay attention. It's all out there in front of you. Like, these are writers who care about these characters and want to do it right. And oh god, it just kept going. There's so many good scenes of this episode of just kind of like silence and contemplation. I know it sounds crazy, but just like scenes of him just walking, scenes of him staring at Roman on the TV, scenes of him getting kind of mad that everyone else is so happy with what's happening with her while he's just sitting there wanting his friend back. It's extra powerful when you remember the fact that he didn't want her around at first. He immediately didn't trust her and then had his like beliefs justified, and then she had to then rebuild a potential friendship with him. So to see how far it's come and to just see the point he's at is really just feels special. It feels like something just really good. And then when he's just there at the school, hiding in his corner, once again, afraid, small, not sure what to do. It's made all the more worse when he sees the dual disc guitar. This kind of like thing Yugioh made for her, this kind of like symbol of their friendship, has just been discarded like this. And then when the newspaper club comes in and he's just reminded, oh yeah, you forgot too. Like, there's something just inherently creepy about that scene. And I love the way it's shot. The way every time the camera cuts to a new shot, you see that Luke is almost kind of like smaller as the scene gets kind of like bigger. That idea that he's realizing he's just a small speck in this much bigger bad situation. He's realizing that that bond and friendship he had with Roman was taken away like it's nothing, that it didn't mean anything, that when all was said and done, friendship didn't prevail when faced with just a darker, stronger force. And as he realizes how small that makes him, it just like, I love the way they shot it. And then when he finally just gives into his frustration and he yells and he affects everything with his stupid friction powers or whatever the fuck that is. You know what? No. That was great. That hadn't been brought up for like 50 fucking episodes. But then all of a sudden, using it as that symbol of his anger coming out, it's really actually pretty clever. So then naturally, him and the reporter guy duel. And at the end of the duel, reporter guy remembers everything. And then we still had like 8 minutes to go. When was the last time an episode was allowed to focus on the importance of character and not the fucking duel for a change? So yeah, then we skip to Roman's debut concert. I'll save all the scenes with Princess G for next week. But yeah, no, they're at the concert and 3 kids. And what I like about this is that sort of remembrance that, because the other guys are like, oh, everything's so happy, everything's going so fine. But we then realize that, no, Luke is kind of right. This is all fake because reality is just going to seep its way in sooner or later, like drugs. But yeah, no, you just have 3 duelists, an argument starts again, and it's going to create a problem. And then Kaizo goes in to, like, protect his princess. Kaizo is the best simp in anime history. But yeah, no, so then Luke comes in, and we find out that Luke just fixed everybody. He brought everyone back to normal, and that just shot of Luke's smile, of that Yugioh smiling going, Luke, that's when it really hit me. The whole point of this whole thing was Yugioh wanted Luke to be the one to fix the situation. Yugioh knew just how much it was bothering Luke, how... Their names sound similar when you say them quickly. Yugioh understood that Luke was really bothered by how powerless he felt in that situation, and he knew the only way for Luke to get better was to realize he can still do something. And that's what happened, because then he just went and got all their friends back, and their importance was restored to the story. Because if they're important to our main characters, that makes them important to us. And thus lies the true point of this whole episode and this whole story arc. Yes, unfortunately, sometimes bonds can be taken away. They can be messed with. External forces can cause problems. And unfortunately, not everything that is important is foolproof. Like, that's unfortunately reality. But it doesn't mean we can't try. It doesn't mean we can't put our feet down and say, this is important and I am going to fight for it. And that was the point here, is that in this world where even your own thoughts and memories and like wants are not always yours to control, you can still find a way to stand up to yourself for yourself and fight back and deal with it. And that was the point here. Because it wasn't a duel that brought Roman back. It wasn't bullshit Yu-Gi-Oh nonsense. It was seeing her friend come in and say, I still want to be your friend. You are still important to me, and we can fix this. I brought everyone else back. I'll bring you back too. And god damn it, maybe it's just the way Roman's voice actress played it, because she's also fucking great. But that just bit of all the memories flooding back into Roman's head, and just her seeing her friends and wanting them back, it's really fucking good. Like the way she's just in tears as she just realizes what's happened to her and what's been going on with everyone, and how she just wants that back, that friendship. It really makes the cheesy, the power of friendship thing feel important. It matters. It's important. And the show has taken the time to build that and present it to us. That's a really good thing, and it really makes me care about everyone and what's going to happen next. Because then naturally Princess Chi is like, you gotta duel me because you're in a fucking contract, damn it. And so then now next week they're going to duel, and I guess the end credits will be a Roman song or some shit. And also that final bit of evil Yuga. What's going on there? I want to know. But we'll find all that out next week. And tell me what you thought about this episode. I'm sure many people will say I'm reading into it too much, but it's my channel. I can do whatever I want, damn it. But yeah, no, tell me what you thought about that in the comments section below. And as for the TCG question of the week, Battle of Chaos is here. I didn't talk about it last week because of the regional announcement. But yeah, the next set is here. Do you want to play more Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, cool DDD stuff? Tell me what you're playing in the set below. I'm sticking with my virtual world for now. But yeah, give me your thoughts about that below. And as always, click the like, click subscribe, and join me next week to see if Roman will free herself. Probably, most likely. I mean, this is a TV show after all.